This is the greatest hour of the church.
Prophet Charlie Shamp told the Elijah List Steve Schultz recently,
the justice scale is resting in the center, the heart of the nation. And it is either going to go one way or the other way. And the only deciding factor that is going to change this moment in history is the church. The church has to rise, take hold of the prophetic word, decree it, and do not let go of it. And we will tip the scales of justice.
Some Christians question, if God has already spoken, why do we need to pray? Dutch Sheets, author of Intercessory Prayer and many other books, says,
don't buy into that theology that says, well, God's just in control and he's predestined everything and he's going to get it done anyway. No, God needs our prayers. He's using our prayers, and therefore they matter. And that means, listen, be a part of prayer meetings. Get on prayer calls.
Sheets adds, this is not the time to get discouraged.
Don't be surprised that the enemy is fighting this. Daniel, even though God had heard his prayer for the restoration of Israel and released angels immediately to start working to bring forth the answer to Daniel, Daniel had to fast and pray for 3 more weeks, 21 days, against a principality over Persia before the battle could be won in the invisible realm.
Reverend Robert Jeffress, a faith advisor to President Trump, calls this a rubber meets the road moment for Christians.
Over the last 4 years, we've told people that you need to respect the governing authorities. We quote Paul in Romans 13, who says there's no government authority that exists that hasn't been established by God. And when Paul wrote that, remember, Nero, the evil emperor of Rome, was on the throne, and he was the one who ultimately beheaded the Apostle Paul. And yet Paul would say Nero's there by God's permission.
Still, others, like Prophet Jeff Jansen told Sid Roth, the church will have the final say in this election.
We need to lift our voices, to have our voices counted in the courts of heaven, to be able to release the verdict that God wants. God is looking for someone to agree with him on the planet, and that's the church.
There's a saying, as the church goes, so goes the nation. And many believe that statement has never been more true. Wendy Griffith, CBN News, Virginia Beach.